So hello all, in this video we will see recursion tree method to solve recurrence relations. So before that we will see the growth of functions which is really required while doing complexity analysis, because we need to know which function is bigger than the others. So if you look at this, you can see that 2 raised to n is the biggest function, and n square is less than 2 raised to n, then n log is even less than that, n is even less than n log n, and log n is less than n. Yeah, that's it. That is, this is the input size on the x-axis and this is the function growth on y-axis. So see, the requirement of this is, if you are getting something like n square plus n log n while doing complexity analysis, we always take the highest power term of n, or highest term of n, highest value term of n, isn't it? So you'll be confused whether n square or n log n is the term of n which gives you highest value. So if you look at this, you can understand that n square is the highest value term of n. So you have to take n square and write this complexity as order of n square. That is the relevance of this. That is, if your expression is something like the frequency count, or the last step of iterative or recursion tree method, what you get is 2 raised to n plus n log n plus n square. You should be understanding that 2 raised to n is the highest value function of n, and hence the complexity is order of 2 raised to n. That's it. Okay. So you may note this down. So that's it. Now we will see the recursion tree method. So recursion tree method is usually used to solve divide and recurrence relations of divide and conquer algorithms. For example, you can use it to solve the recurrence relation for merge sort, quick sort and all. That is, if the algorithm is of type divide and conquer, you can use recursion tree method. I'll give you an example. Let T of n be 2T of n by 2 plus some constant amount of time c. So in this case, what it means is that the problem of input size T of n is divided into two subproblems of type size n by 2 each. Are you getting me? That is, a problem of size n has been divided into two subproblems of size n by 2. That is, T of n is now 2T of n by 2. And this C is the amount of work that is required to combine the solutions of individual subproblems. That is how divide and conquer strategy works, isn't it? That is, we will be dividing the problem into subproblems and then solve the subproblems individually, and then we'll conquer the results of the individual subproblems to get the whole result, isn't it? So a problem of size n is divided into, here it is like this, two subproblems of size n by 2 each, and C is the amount of work you require to conquer the solutions. Alright. So if you are drawing it as a recursion tree, it will be like this. C, the amount of work done to combine these subproblem solutions will appear as the root of the tree. So C, and now 2T of n by 2, isn't it? So T of n by 2 and T of n by 2 again. Is that clear? 2T of n by 2 plus C. C is the amount of work required to combine the individual solutions of the subproblems. So, now you have to, as I have told you in the while discussing iterative approach, you have to keep on enrolling this T till you get terms without any T's. Then only you can find out the cost at each level and find out the complexity of this recurrence relation. So again, we can expand T of n by 2. So C, now see, T of n is equal to 2T of n by 2 plus C. So T of n by 2 will be definitely 2T of n by 4, isn't it? N by 4, T being a constant is unchanged. 2t of n by 4 plus c. Okay. So t of n by 2 is 2t of n by 4s. So t of n by 4, t of n by 4. Okay. Now here also t of n by 4. Sorry. We will expand this in another tree so that you can easily understand this. So t of n by 2 is 2t of n by 4 plus c. So again c is the root node and 2t of n by 4s. So t of n by 4, t of n by 4, because we have 2t of n by 4. So when you expand this t of n by 2, you will get c as the root of the subtree, then t of n by 4 and t of n by 4. Okay, so this is the tree at the moment. Now you have to keep on expanding this further. That is, you have to expand this t of n by 4. So when you expand t of n by 4, you will get t of n by 4 is 2t of n by, when it is 1, this is 2. When it is 2, this is 4. So when it is 4, it is 8. 2t of n by 4 plus n by 8 plus c. So c. Now you have to expand this t of n by 4. T of n by 4 is this. So the root is again c and 2 children of t of n by 8 each. For this c also, c is root t of n by 8, t of n by 8. Now for this c also, c, t of n by 8, t n by 8, c, t of n by 8, t of n by 8, and it goes on like that. Okay. So this will be repeating at some point. You know that see here initially it was t of n by 2, then it became t of n by 4, now it became t of n by 8, and it goes on like that, isn't it? That is, at this level it is simply c, here it is 2c, the cost is 2c's, here the cost is 4c, and it goes on like that. So if you are taking the cost, you will at some point, after some point, you will get t of 1 definitely. Because when this denominator becomes equal to n, you will get t of 1 all over. So at that point, we can stop the algorithm, to stop expanding the tree. You don't have to draw the complete tree till you get t of 1. Once you understand the pattern, you can stop. Now we can just sum up the individual cost. So it is total cost is, in first level it is c, plus in the second level it is 2c's, next in the third level it is 4c's, and it goes on like that, isn't it? So as you can see, this is the GP with common ratio 2. So you have to find out the sum of terms in the GP. For that, the equation is a into r raised to n minus 1 divided by r minus 1. Here r is the common ratio 2 and n is the number of terms in GP. So we have to find how many terms will be here till this gets t of 1, isn't it? So to understand that, see, this is c. When it was c in this level, it was t of n by 2, that is 2 raised to 0 was the this term was 2t n by 2, that is t of n by 2. In the next level it became t of n by 4. The next level it became t of n by 8, and it went on like that, isn't it? That is, this is 2, this is 4, this is 8. That is, the denominator is increasing in the powers of 2. So t of n by 2 raised to 0, t of n by 2 raised to sorry, 2 raised to 1. Initially there was nothing at all, isn't it? So n by 2, because in this level it is t of n by 2. So here there was nothing. You may even write it as t of n by 2 raised to 0 to begin with. N by 2, 2 raised to 2, t of n by 2 raised to 3, and it goes on like that. So at some point it will eventually reach t of n by n, that is some 2 raised to I. T of n divided by 2 raised to I should be equal to t of n by n, so that you will get t of 1, that is n divided by 2 raised to I should be equal to 1, that is n should be equal to 2 raised to I at some point. So just like we have taken log in the previous video, we will take log on both sides. So log n is equal to I. So when I becomes log n, you will get what? When I becomes log n, you will get t of 1. So from 0 to I plus 1 levels are there in the tree. Because in the first level I was 0, second level when I was 1, so 2 raised to 1. In this level I was 2, so 2 raised to 2, that is 4, like this. So there are I plus 1 levels. I is log n, and there are I plus 1 levels till you reach t of 1. So the sum is A is the first term. So if we are taking all these c's out, this will be c into 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus etc. So sum is A into, so this c which is taken out. Now A is the first term, which is 1. Now R is the common ratio 2, and n is the total number of times, so that is log n plus 1. Then minus 1 divided by 2 minus 1. Okay. So you get c into 2 raised to log n to the base 2 plus 1 minus 1 divided by 1. 2 minus 1, 1. So when you do this, this is 2 into 2 raised to log n to the base 2, isn't it? Because this 1 is 1 more 2 minus 1. So when you do this, you can rearrange this to 2 into n log 2 to the base 2 minus 1. So you'll get log 2 to the base 2 is 1. So 2 into, then you have that c. Then you will get c into 2n minus 1. So if you are taking the highest power terms of n, you will get the complexity as order of n. So this is how you find out the complexity. Hope you understood this. You will see more and more examples here in this video so that you can understand it better. So here is our next example. T of n is equal to 8tn by 2 plus n square. So as I told you earlier, what it means is the problem of size, input problem of size n is divided into 8 subproblems of size n by 2 each, and n square is the total amount of time for compiling them. Okay, so this is the definition of the problem. Now we have to find the complexity of this approach using our recursion tree method. So this is the amount of work done to combine the solutions of individual subproblems. So that will be appearing as the root of the tree. So n square, now 8 t of n by 2, that is 8 subproblems. So 8 t of n by 2's. these are the individual subproblems. So now see again, as we have done earlier, you have to expand this t of n by 2. See, t of n is 8 t of n by 2 plus n square. So t of n by 2 will be definitely 8 t of n by 4, isn't it? Because when it was 1, this was 2 here. So when it is 2, it will be 4 here. Plus, if it is n, this is n here. So if it is n by 2, that will be n by 2 the whole raised to 2 here. So when we expand this to the next level, it will be like n square and each t of n by 2. When it is expanded, the root node is n by 2 the whole square, isn't it? So n by 2 the whole square. N by 2 the whole square. These are the root nodes. Okay. Now what happens is, see, n by 2 the whole square is a root node and the subproblem is divided into 8 nodes of n by 4 each. So this is divided into 8 nodes of 8 subproblems of type n by 4. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 8. So t of n by 4s. T of n by 4. 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 T of n by 4, and it goes on like this. That is, each node will be the root of the subtree having 8 more children, and it should be done for all these nodes. So 8 8s are 64. 64 nodes will be there in this level, and it goes on like that. So hope you understood the pattern. This will be n square. This is n by 2 the whole square. Now definitely when you expand t of n by 4, this root node will be n by 4 the whole square, isn't it? So at some point it will go on like this and will reach t of 1. That is, at this level it was n square. At this level it is 8 into n 8 n by n square by 4, isn't it? So that is 8 into n square by 4, that is n by 2 the whole square. So when you divide this, you will get 2n square. Now at this level it is actually 64 nodes, isn't it? So 64, and each node is n by 4 the whole square. So n square by 16, isn't it? So you will get 4n square like this. That is n square, 2n square, 4n square like that. So keep that in mind. The next thing is how does the root node changes. Here it is n square, and that is, or n by 2 raised to 0 the whole square, isn't it? So at this level it is n by 2 the whole square, or n by 2 raised to 1 the whole square. And at this level it is n by 4 the whole square, isn't it? That is n by 2 raised to 2 the whole square, and it goes on like this. At some point it will reach n by 2 raised to I the whole square, and n should be equal to 2 raised to I, so that you will converge to t of 1, isn't it? When 2 raised to I becomes equal to n, you will get t of 1. So this is how this changes. So now again you have to take the total cost at each level. So in the first level it is n square, as you can see. In the second level that is 2n square. In the third level it is 4n square, and it goes on. Definitely you have to take how many terms are there in the GP. So I am taking the common term n square out. So it is 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus something. So you have to get to solve the equation, that is a into r raised to n minus 1 divided by r minus 1. You have to get the total number of terms. So this is the clue to the total number of times. That is, how does the tree converge to t of 1. So initially it was 2 raised to 0, then it was 2 raised to 1, then it is 2 raised to 2, and it goes on till some 2 raised to I becomes equal to n. As we have done in many of the previous examples, you have to take log on both sides. So log n is equal to I. So initially it was from 0 to I. A is the first term, which is simply 1. We have 1 n square which is taken out already. So A is 1 into R, the common ratio is 2. So 2 raised to R raised to n is, number of n is the number of terms is log n plus 1, because I ranges from 0 to I. So log n plus 1 terms, minus 1 divided by R minus 1, that is 2 minus 1. So when you solve this, n square, then 2 raised to log n plus 1 is 2 into 2 raised to log n, 2 into 2 raised to log n to the base 2, minus 1. Rearranging this, you will get n square into 2 into n raised to log 2 to the base 2, which is n. So the total complexity is in the order of n cube. So hope you got this. Hope you understood. So we will see more examples. Here goes the next example. T of n is equal to 2t of n by 2 plus n. If you remember this is the recurrence relation that we got for Merge-Sort, and we know that while in solving with iterative approach, we understood that the complexity is n log n. Let us check whether we will get the same here. We should be getting the same. We'll simply check. Okay. So here this initial problem of size n has been divided into two sub-problems of size n by 2 each, and n is the total amount of work done or total complexity of the work which was required to combine the individual solutions to get the whole solution to the initial problem. So you are very familiar with drawing the tree now by this time. So n is the root, then 2t of n by 2. So t of n by 2, t of n by 2. Yeah, that's it. Now you know that you have to expand t of n by 2's. So assuming that you can do that very easily now after solving iterative approach and all, I'm just going ahead. When it is n, this is n here. So when it is n by 2, when you expand t of n by 2, that will be 2t of n by 4 plus n by 2. Okay, so n by 2, and the sub-problem division is t of n by 4. T of n by 4, T of n by 4 here, T of n by 4 here. When you expand this, you know that it will be n by 2, now n by 4, n by 4, n by 4, n by 4, and subsequently it will converge to d of 1. Yeah, you know that. Like this. So total cost at this level is n, total cost at this level is 2 n by 2's, which is definitely n. At this level it is 4 n by 4's, so that is definitely n. So the cost at each level is n. So to find out the total cost of this tree, the only thing that is remaining is to understand how many levels are there. Assume that will be pretty easy for you to find this out, having done so many examples. So yes, so this is n by 2 raised to 0. This is n by 2 raised to 1. This is n by 2 raised to 2. And it goes on like this, isn't it? N by 2 raised to 2 and on. At some point, to get 2 raised to a t of 1, you should get n by 2 raised to I, and that should be equal to 1. That is 2 raised to I is equal to n. So taking log on both sides, you will get log n is equal to I. So 0 plus log n, that is I plus 1 levels for log n plus 1 levels. So log n plus 1 levels in total, and each level the complexity is n. So the total complexity is n into log n plus 1, isn't it? So when you take the brackets out, it will be n log n plus n. So if you are remembering the function growth curve which has been discussed in the beginning of the session, you can understand that n log n is a function which is pretty higher than n. So the complexity is definitely order of n log n. So that's the complexity for mud sort. Hope you understood. We'll move on to the next example. So here is our next example. T of n is equal to 3 t of n by 4 plus n. So as usual, n is the root of the tree and we have 3 subproblems. So problem has been divided into 3 subproblems here. So t of n by 4, t of n by 4, t of n by 4. Yeah. Now you have to expand t of n by 4. So we'll do that. T of n by 4 will be 3t of n by, see when it is n, this is n by 4. So when it is n by 4, that will be n by 16, isn't it? Because it is actually n by 1. It has been multiplied by 4. So here it is n by 4. So 4 should be multiplied by 4. So you will get t of n by 16. Note 4 into 2 8, because you can't see any multiplication with 2 here, isn't it? When it is 1, it is 4. When it is 4, it should be 16. Now when it is n, this is n. So when it is n by 4, that should be n by 4, isn't it? So, expand the tree, you'll get n. 3 subproblems. Now n by 4 is the root of the next tree. So n by 4's, n by 4. Now the subproblem at each subtree has been divided into 3 subproblems with t of n by 16. So t of n by 16, t of n by 16, t of n by 16, and it is same for all these levels. This will be divided into 3, this will again be divided into 3, and eventually it will converge to t of 1. Okay, so we will take the cost at each level. So here it is n, here it is 3n by 4. Here it will be n by 16. So 9 n by 16, and it goes on. Now that is the total cost is n plus 3n by 4 plus 9n by 16, and it goes on. Okay, or writing it in a better way, n into 1 plus 3 by 4 plus 3 by 4 the whole square, and it goes on, isn't it? So this is it again a GP with common ratio 3 by 4, isn't it? So see, here has something to be happy about. That is, if the common ratio of the GP is less than 1, here it is 3 by 4, isn't it? So it is less than 1. So we are sure that it will eventually convert. The series will eventually convert to terms with very small values to the tail end. So the only thing, you don't have to count the number of terms here. The only thing that you do is just take the infinite sum of GP. Are you getting me? That is, if the common ratio is less than 1, you don't have to find out how many terms will be there in this GP and all. You can simply take the sum of the infinite terms in the GP, which is a divided by 1 minus r, which is the equation for sum of infinite terms in the GP. So here n, the same n. Now a, the first term is 1, then 1 minus common ratio is 3 by 4. So when you do this, you will get n divided by 4 minus 3 divided by 4, isn't it? Or it is 4n by 1. So order of n. This is the complexity of this approach. So here is our next example. The question is, prove that t of n is equal to t of n by 3 plus t of 2n by 3 plus some constant in n is omega of n log n. That is what the question means. You have to find out the complexity of this recurrence relation, and you have to prove that the best case complexity is omega of n log n. See, usually we are interested in the worst case complexity unless otherwise specified. Here you are asked to find out the best case complexity. In one of our previous videos we have discussed that omega stands for best case complexity and define best case complexity. If you haven't seen that video, please do watch it. So omega is the best case complexity, and you have to prove that best case complexity is order of n log n. So the question is very easy, so we will start doing this. So again, this is the term without any t's, so that is gonna be a root. So Cn is the root. That is how we find out the root. I mean, it's not the second term and all, it's a term without any t's. So t of n by 3. Now t of 2n by 3. Yeah. Okay. Now you have to expand t of n by 3 and you have to expand t of 2n by 3 separately. So I'll do t of n by 3. So going by this equation, t of n by 3 is t of n by 3. That is, if it is n, this is n by 3. So if it is n by 3, that will be definitely t of n by 9, isn't it? Because when it is 1, this is 3. When it is 3, that should be 9. Okay. Plus t of 2 is a constant. Now, when it is n, this is n by 3. Okay. So when it is 1, this is 3. When it is 2n. Now when it is 1, this is 3. So when it is 3, that should be 9. Yeah. T of 2n by 9. 2 is a constant, we can copy it as such. So plus C n, when it is 1, this is 1. When it is 3, this should be 3. Cn by 3. Yeah. So Cn by 3. Cn. So the root is Cn. Sorry, this is how we expand t of n by 3. So when you expand t of n by 3, the root is Cn by 3. And the subproblems are t of n by 9 and t of 2n by 9. Now like this, you have to expand t of 2n by 3. So t of 2n by 3. So t of, that is equal to t of, see when it is, this 2 should be copied as such. So n by 3, when it is 1, this is, when it is 1, this is 3. So when it is 3, it should be 9. So 2n by 9 plus t. Now this 2 and n should be copied as such. So when it is n, this is 2n by 3. So when it is 2n by 3, that should be one more t, isn't it? See, I am taking this t, or you can understand that I am taking this t 2 out. So this 2 has been written as such. Now n by 3. n by 3 is 2n by 3 is 9. 4n by 9 plus, when it is n, this is Cn. So when it is 2n by 3, that should be 2Cn by 3. Are you getting this? So this will be 4n by 9. See, when it is n, this is 2n by 3. So when it is 2n by 3, that should be 4n by 9, isn't it? That's it. So this root is 2Cn by 3, and the subproblems will be 2n by 9 and 4n by 9. And it goes on, and all the sub-branches will converge to 1 at some point in time. So it goes on like this. So different branches grows in different speeds. Hope you understood that, isn't it? Because here it is, it is converging in the rate of c by 3. Here n is converging in the rate of Cn by 3. Here it is converging in the rate of 2c by 3. That is, here the denominator is same but the numerator is greater here. So hope you can conclude that this leftmost branch will converge faster. Are you getting me? Because the denominator is same here but this is the higher numerator. So one with higher numerator will converge to one very slowly, isn't it? So this leftmost branch will be converging. If we are taking intermediate branch, when it is n by 9, it is 2n by 9 here. So the leftmost branch will converge to 1 faster because the denominator is high and numerator is small. So to get the best case complexity, since the question is interested only in best case complexity, we will consider the leftmost branch alone. So Cn was it initially when taking the leftmost path like this, it became Cn by 3 and it will become Cn by 9 and it goes on like that, isn't it? You are taking only the leftmost branch. So taking C and n outside, or Cn by 3 raised to 0, Cn by 3 raised to 1, Cn by 3 raised to 2, and it goes on, and at some point to get t of 1, it will be Cn by 3 raised to I, and that I will be, that is 3 raised to I will be equal to n. So that will get t of n at some point in time. Okay, so taking log n both sides, we will get log n to the base 3 is what? N to the base 3 is I. So total I levels are there. So now see, the cos in this level is Cn. The cos in this level is 2Cn plus Cn, that is 3Cn by 3, which is again Cn. That is cos at each and every level is Cn. So cos at each and every level is Cn into we have log n to the base 3 plus 1 levels in total. So when you do this, you will get Cn plus Cn log n to the base 3. So you know that n log n is the highest power term of n here. So the complexity is omega of n log n to the base 3. So this is how we find out the complexity and we have proved this question. So hope you understood. Thank you.